So would you like to learn about what the universe has in store for you today? What may be for your highest good on this new moon and for the rest of the week? So I'm Emily, founder of Lunar Pumpkin. I'm an astrologer and an inspirational speaker. So if for any reason you are unaware of your sun sign, then you can go and get yourself a chart so you'll know more about what it is that is personal to you. And when you do go and get a chart from, say, astro.com or Cafe Astrology, they're two great places to go to. It will also tell you on your chart where your moon is and your ascendant, which is also known as your rising sign. So, with that being said, let's have a good shuffle. So today's deck is the Good Tarot. That's what I'm using from Colette Baron Reid. Let's get started. I'm going to attempt what some people would term as a poker shuffle. Wish me luck. No, can't remember to do this. Maybe we'll give that a miss. We'll just do some cut piles and things. It's been a while since I've done a reading for you all. Let's do one more shuffle for luck. It's a chunk. We can't use a chunk as one singular jumping card, can we? Okay, let's see what we get. So the first sign is for Aries. So if you have Aries, Sun, Moon or Rising, this is for you. Okay, we got the Four of Earth in reverse. Three of Earth in reverse. Oh my. Two of Earth in a row. And the High Priestess, also in reverse. So, the Four of Earth. So, fours are about, just remind myself, stability and security, which would make sense because in astrology, the fourth sign of the zodiac is about Cancer, and that's that first tribe that we make in life. And so, well, Earth, in the traditional deck, Earth is Pentacles, so it's all about our fortunes and things. So Aries, you might want to think a little bit about your values and also monetary wise and your stability, really getting grounded and making sure that you have a stable foundation on which to build whatever it is that's going on in your life at the moment. Threes, I know 3 in the zodiac is Gemini, was all about communication, but as far as tarot is concerned, the 3 so it's about comparing and connecting. So if we're thinking about comparing and connecting with Earth, Is there a way in your life that you need to be comparing and making those connections in order to get more abundance for yourself, to really grow your desire and whatever it is you're working on goal-wise? So we've got the two earth ones there, both in reverse, wanting us to rethink and revise. We've also got another card for you in reverse, which is the High Priestess. That's such a beautiful card. And it's in its reverse position, but it's a 2. And I know 2s are about sort of the duality and also, again, about values. And also about some of our choices we can make as well. So this to me suggests for you, Aries, that there may be some choices you need to make, as we've got that High Priestess, and looking at your feeling grounded in yourself, in your body, and really looking at your material things for you, the foundations of what it is you're working on and how you're feeling. Really, maybe something like a grounded meditation would work. I know traditionally, Aries, you're all about fire and go, 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 but maybe this wants you to slow down a little bit and really think a bit of what it is that is the foundation of what you're working on, really grounding and looking at your money, your values, communicating and making those connections between everything that's going on. So, Aries, those were your 3 cards. Right, let's put those back in and we'll see what Taurus needs to know this week for the new moon. So the new moon's in Pisces, by the way. And new moons, we have a conjunction, which means that the planets are directly next to each other. It's usually within, some people say 3 degrees and some people say 5, but for luminaries, for the sun and the moon, we can go as far as 10 degrees as a orb to say that they are conjunct. I hope that makes some sense, but for people who are maybe not quite as into astrology as I am. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck this time, I think, and okay, we get a Ace of Fire. We get a 7 of Water, and these are actually all in the upright position. Oh, another upright one as well. Okay, so for Taurus, we got Ace of Fire, 7 of Water, and 7 of Air. So fire is all about creativity, and the Ace is all about the new beginnings. So Taurus, maybe you need to really be looking at your creativity, really starting something which is going to make you feel more inspired, but also, instead of looking directly at an issue that you're working on, look at lots of different options for it, explore around it, make it fun. And then we had that 7 of Water. So 7s, just need to remind myself, as I say, it's been a little while, I apologise. So 7s, okay, reflection and assessment for 7. And we know that water's about our feelings, our emotions. So yes, reflecting and assessing our emotions with our creativity. So the fire and the water, traditionally we say they don't go together so well, so there might be a little bit, it might not be so easy, shall we say, but actually you have, the next card is another 7, so it's more reassessment, really assessing and reflecting on maybe what has been in order to get to what your new beginning is. Of what you're working on. So as we are a new moon, and a new moon in water, in Pisces, and Pisces is all about our spirituality and things. So Taurus, for you, Maybe it is really a time to look at your feelings and also to look at how you communicate your feelings and really be creative with it. That's the story, I think, for you, Taurus. So yes, we did have this one first, and we had that one. And then we had that one. So you've got all three there. So the communications and really assessing what needs to happen with your creativity and working your feelings around all of that. I hope that's useful for you. So next we have Gemini. So Gemini, what do we need to know for your highest good this week? Oh, well, 3 cards have all jumped out. I think we ought to use them. So we have the Ace of Water, the 7 of Fire, and the 8 of Earth. So, Ace again, we've got new beginnings and water. So Gemini traditionally is about communication anyway, but water is about more the feelings. So it's starting maybe to look at your feelings, and that's actually quite a lovely card with a seahorse there. And I know seahorses are quite solitary, but they also don't need anything else. They're actually asexual, so they can reproduce by themselves. Anyway, that's slightly off topic, but being the start of looking at your feelings. And then we have the 7 of Fire, so assessing again what it is with our creative pursuits. And there's actually a unicorn in this image, so perhaps that is maybe something that doesn't feel particularly likely at this moment in time that you need to be assessing and feeling into, but you can be really creative with it, and hopefully that will bring a lovely result to you. And actually our next card is an Earth card. We've got the 8 of Earth. So having again all 3 elements for Gemini, that is quite a lovely feeling to have those. So we've got the feeling side of things, the creativity side, and then the practical steps with it. So maybe for Gemini it's a case of looking at your feelings first, making something creative that might not be so popular, or it might be even a little niche, so carving out your niche in creativity and then making a few practical steps with it. And they were all in the upright position, so that is also lovely. It's just as is. We don't need to rethink and reflect as much on that. So that's that one. So then next we have Cancer. And Cancer's that 4th sign of the zodiac, all about family, our first tribe, but also about nurturing and the home, and being a water sign, it's about emotions too. Okay, oh, we've got all of Cancer's ones are in reverse, but I should put them in the order I got them, shouldn't I? So we had that one first, that one, that one. So as the reverse, it's the rethinking, revising, the Queen of Air. So it's mastering that reflective side of things and how you communicate. So mastering ways to communicate that are really intuitive. Oh, that's a beautiful card. And there's an owl in there, so maybe it's something to do about being wise and authentic in how you communicate. So yeah, that was in reverse, wasn't it? Then we also have, for you Cancer, the Patience card. So the woman in this she's sort of looking into the distance but holding her heart as well. So for me, I would suggest that it's having patience that the right thing will come along for you. Really kind of feeling into your heart. Oh, there's actually a clock there as well. And instead of thinking too much about timing, sort of just surrendering the timing. So it's looking, being the Queen is kind of the receptive master. So looking at your communication, so rethinking that, but also being patient as to what arises with the timing. And our last card we have there for you, Cancer, is transformation. And it looks like there's some fire there. So your creativity could be quite transformational for you if you are patient about the timing and use your intuition with how you communicate that. I hope that's a useful one for you. That's Cancer. So after Cancer we have Leo, and Leo is the 5th sign of the zodiac, and Leo is a fire sign, all about creativity. So let's see what comes up for you, Leo. What do you need to know for your highest good this week of the new moon? And we have Messenger of Earth in reverse, the Fool in reverse, and a 3 of water. Okay, so Messenger of Earth, to me that feels like it's a bit like a page card. So pages are the novices that still very much learning, very keen to learn, quite new to whatever they're working with. But to be a messenger, that seems quite powerful as well. It looks like there's actually coins within this. Oh yes, it's Messenger of Earth, that would make sense. Because Earth is the pentacles in traditional tarot. So being a messenger of Earth, to me that feels like it's blending your communications with practicality. So it's learning to do so. It's learning to blend practical things with how you communicate and the message you deliver in the world. And because it's in reverse, there might be a lot of reflection. You have to do that. So that's that for you, Leo. But also we have the Fool card. Let me just remind myself about the Fool. Everything, 1 second. Okay, so the Fool is about innocence and enthusiasm. So while you're fairly new to whatever it is that you're doing here, so new to learning about how to put your message out practically into the world, with whatever it is that you're looking at, or your question. There's also that kind of innocence and joy about it. There's not too much worry there, which is quite nice. And last week we have the 3 of water. So water is, it would be cups in traditional tarot, and water is about our feelings. So the 3 in astrology is Gemini, all about communication. So communicating your feelings, really. Let me just remind myself of what it is for tarot. Oh yes, comparing, connecting. So for the message here then, it is likely that this week you'll need to really learn and think about what message it is that you're practically putting out into the world, and enjoy that newness, that you're not going to know everything, and the innocence that comes with that, and feel into what that means for you, and really connect to whatever comes up for you. I hope that's useful. So next we have Virgo. So Virgo is that 6th sign of the zodiac. And Virgo is often about being in service or routine, and our health and well-being, and that kind of area of our lives. So what does Virgo need to know for the highest good? We have the Queen of Air again, which is in reverse. The Ace of Fire again, which is not. And the Strength card, which is an 8. Okay, also in reverse. Okay, so Virgo, maybe there's some reflecting and assessment that needs to be done on how you are communicating in an intuitive way. Perhaps a lot of what you were doing was not so intuitive, because it is a Queen of Air mastering that receptivity. It suggests to me that you do know how to do it, but perhaps you've not been leaning into that. Perhaps you've been reacting rather than responding, shall we say. The Ace of Fire upright. Again, there might be some new beginnings with creativity. So maybe being creative in how you communicate, in a way that is intuitive and receptive. And then we have the Strength card. So that does require quite a bit of strength. And 8 is such a powerful number. So perhaps it is that really you know you're powerful, and with whatever it is you're dealing with, your question, whatever it is you are looking for at the moment. I know the number 8 in astrology is about desire, and it's to do with the sign of Scorpio. So with whatever it is that you desire, you need to remember that you're strong. Be creative in how you approach it. It might be a start of something, and really look to being intuitive in how you communicate what it is you're trying to do at the moment. I hope that's helpful. And then after Virgo we have Libra. So Libra is represented by the scales in astrology. 7th house, which is an air sign, and their phrases are balance. Okay, so Libra, you've got the Fool in reverse, Messenger of Earth in reverse, and the 3 of Fire in reverse. Well, they're all in reverse for you. Okay, so Libra, maybe there's some reviewing or some reassessment that needs to be done regarding how you begin something, whatever it is that you're asking about. And with the Messenger of Earth again, to me that feels like there is actually something that you really need to be speaking about and taking practical steps. But for whatever reason, perhaps you're putting it off. And maybe you also need to think about how to connect with whatever it is you're putting off at this moment. And be creative. I mean, the image of this one's lovely. It's like there's a a compass or something here. So to me it feels like there's some kind of confusion, or you're lost in some area at the moment. Really being creative and finding a way to stand up for yourself, perhaps. If the path isn't as clear, it's looking at what do you know, and finding the beauty in that moment of what you do know. Being practical about how to go about what you do know, and find a creative solution to bring it about. It depends really what it is you're asking about, but I hope that is helpful for you. Then next we have Scorpio, the 8th sign of the zodiac, and being a water sign, there's a lot of the unconscious workings of the mind happen within the water signs. But the phrase is I desire. So what does Scorpio need to know for the highest good? We have the 5 of fire in the upright, we have the Chariot, and we have Messenger of Fire in reverse. So perhaps there's some kind of doubt or instability at the moment, being 5, but fire can be about courage and bravery as well. So perhaps it's for you about, if there is any kind of unexpected events happening at the moment, that you need to find that courage to face them head on, really. And a Chariot here as well, and it's number 7, so 7's we said about reflection, and I feel that the Chariot is kind of telling you to power on through anyway. So we said about reflecting on what it is that might be perhaps not so stable, or potential unexpected events happening, but being creative. But now we're powering on through. And a Messenger of Fire in reverse. So fire again. There's so much fire here for you. So I would suggest that actually you need to speak to your creativity, but rethink about what it means for you. Rethink about how you can communicate what it is that's going on for you, and learn any lessons from whatever comes up. I mean, I hope for you that it is a lovely scenario, that it's something unexpected but creative that comes up. But if for any reason it isn't quite so pleasant, or there's unexpected changes there, it says to me that you need to be really creative, and lean into that some more. I hope that's helpful. That's for you, Scorpio. Okay, next we have 9th one. Oh yeah, Sagittarius, of course. Yeah, so if your sun, moon or rising are in Sagittarius, and this next card is for you, for your highest good, what do you need to know? Right, so you have the Star, which is in reverse. You have the 10 of Air, also in reverse. They're all in reverse, in fact. And the 9 of Air. So the Star, I feel that's all about being creative. I'm just going to have a quick look at what Colette Baron Reid says on this card. So she says this card is all about inspiration, and she says, I am hopeful and inspired by life right now, and everything that's happening points to a renewed sense of encouragement. After all the changes I have experienced, I'm starting to recognise the hope that comes with new beginnings. Okay, so it's all about inspiration. So rethinking about what inspires you. I'm really leaning into that. It's lovely. And then the 10 of Air. So that's about completion. So being an air card, you might be coming near to the end of something that you're working on, maybe the end of a few troubles you've had, and you're thinking about it in a more positive way, or communicating it the best that you possibly can. So it seems to be about inspired communication and inspired thoughts and reasoning. And then with the 9 of Air, I'm just going to have a quick think of that one. Bear with me. Yes, so it's about independence. So independently communicating what you've worked on, because actually you've probably completed the majority of it, and you should feel inspired and really quite lovely here, quite delightful. That's a beautiful combination of cards. So that is for you, Sagittarius. Okay, what do we need to know for Capricorn? Oh, let's turn out there. Okay, we've got 2 cards that have come out. So we have the Sun and the Moon, and we have Queen of Fire, all in the upright position. So Capricorn, to me, having the Sun and the Moon, that is so lovely. So to me that feels like it's about balancing. So if you're balancing your active and receptive sides of you, balancing your identity with your receptivity, so that's lovely. And then with the Queen of Fire, that's when you're mastering your creativity. So if you're really brave and courageous and take positive action from an intuitive way, be receptive to what comes up, because then you will really master your creativity here and master that courage, that inner fire, and let the world see it. That is so powerful. I think Capricorn, you must be doing something really well here, whatever it is you're asking. You could actually use some of this for making your affirmation during, seeing as we're a new moon. I have actually got a affirmation meditation for the new moon on my channel, so you can feel free to check that out if you want to. Okay, so we were Aquarius next. So we have the 9 of air, the 10 of air, and the star. We seem to have a lot of repeated cards here. I promise you I am shuffling. So those are all in reverse. So Aquarius, I know Aquarius tends to be about community, thinking more out of the box and uniquely than your average person, but also all the thoughts and feelings are inspired, and sometimes there's a bit of genius there. Okay, so as we have got 2 air cards, we've got the 9 and 10 again of air in reverse. So rethinking how you communicate, with your independence, and then you'll definitely be, well, you have a lot more chance of success when you do, and really lean into that inspiration, because you have that beauty and that power within you to accomplish great things here. I hope that's useful. And lastly but not leastly, Pisces. And Pisces really is your time at the moment because it's a new moon where the sun and the moon are both in Pisces. So what do you need to know right now for your highest good? We've got the 9 of fire in reverse, the 4 of water, and the 10 of earth. So the 9 of fire being about our independence with our passion, our creativity and courage. So I guess it's about not being afraid to use that inner fire, that passion, in how you show up in the world. And the 4 of water, that would be about feelings there as well. So feelings with, well, being secure in yourself, and how you're feeling at the moment, with regards to whatever it is you're asking. And then with 10 of earth, we are looking at completion of practical steps, and abundance and monetary value as well. It's all of that together. So if you're rethinking your courage, I think that's all about not being afraid to feel whatever it is that you need to feel at this moment, and that it won't last forever, and that actually from there you can ground again, you can take practical steps to whatever it is you need to do, because this phase is near completion, whatever it is that you're asking for. So I think that's quite a good omen for you. If you've liked what I've shared with you today or in my astrology videos and would like a reading at any point, feel free to send me a direct message via Facebook or Instagram. They're in my description always. And I'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to my channel, so I can continue to reach more people who this work resonates with, who enjoy my message. And I really appreciate you for watching this, and I'm sending you so much love and gratitude. May you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful new moon. Thank you so much.